Hi, welcome to YETicket.com. I'm Al McGee, and this is
Tom Delia.
Well, we just saw a very wonderful documentary called The Cove. And also, stay for the interview with Ric O'Barry. You know, he started Flipper. He had the show Flipper. And we'll see what he's doing now with this movie, The Cove. Right, Tom?
It's an amazing movie, and it's an amazing interview. The guy is amazing also. I don't know how many times I can say amazing to get it across, but stay tuned and watch this interview.
Thank you very much.
I'm John Delia, and I'm with Tom Delia and with Ric O'Barry. There's a movie out called The Cove, and you're going to want to see this movie. It's about the slaughter of porpoises, which you would know them as, or dolphins, the ones that you see in marine land and you see at SeaWorld. And this is a very cringing time when you see this kind of movie and you see this going on. We have Ric O'Barry, and Ric is one of the stars of the movie, basically, because it's actually his story. Ric?
Yeah, well, it's, the bottom line is it's entertaining. That's why we see standing ovations at every screening, from the 8 we had at Sundance to like 6 months ago. There's been probably 100 of them at film festivals. So, yeah, there is some slaughter footage there. But, the filmmakers, it's kind of like that scene in the bathtub with Janet Leigh in, what was it called? Psycho.
Psycho.
You never actually see her getting stabbed. And so it is true with the dolphins. If you think back, you never see that. That's your imagination is doing that. And that's the wonderful thing about these filmmakers. And the guy who directed it, Luis Ahoyas, I have been going to Taiji, Japan, for a long time alone, and couldn't get any media attention to this problem, capturing dolphins for marine parks and killing them. And he called me one day and he said, "Can I follow you around with my camera?" And I said, "Sure, that would be helpful." And with that, I find out later, he hung up the phone and went out and took a 3-day course on how to make a movie. Wow. He had never made a movie before. And now they're talking about an Academy Award.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it should be nominated for sure.
Well, it probably will be, but I was just in New York doing all of this media stuff. And some of the people who are in the business say it's going to be nominated for Best Movie, not Best Documentary.
Wow. Because
this year it's eligible. Yeah. So that's the bottom line. I thought, well, this is pretty hard stuff, but how are you going to make it entertaining? That was the challenge for the writers and the editors, and they pulled it off somehow.
Yeah, I think they did a great way of incorporating actual dolphin footage to sort of make you feel connected through the whole entire mission of trying to save these dolphins. I thought it was amazing how you did it. Most of the film takes place in Taiji, Japan, as we know. But what do you think the real reason is these fishermen go out and commit this atrocious act?
Using their words, pest control.
Pest control?
Yeah, that's what they told me. And that really translates into overfishing. Overfishing is the problem, and it's a worldwide problem. But that's how they deal with it. What's going on there is genocide. They will kill every one of them because the government is telling them to do this. But not all Japanese people do this. It's not really their culture. Most Japanese people don't know what's going on, and they're being blamed for something they're not guilty of. It's a very small minority of people in Japan. In Taiji, there are 13 boats, 2 men in each boat. We're talking about 26 guys. And so my work is about isolating them from the rest of Japanese society, because to blame Japan for this and boycott Japan, save the dolphins, is a form of racism. It's a blanket indictment against the whole nation, and they're simply not guilty.
You seem like, from seeing the movie, you look like you're a man on a mission. Could you tell us what compelled you to get involved with the project?
Well, I've been involved with dolphins for the about 50 years now. And I trained them, I untrained them, I watched them give birth. I've nursed them back to health when they're sick. I've done everything with them. And for 10 years, I was part of that industry and probably the highest paid dolphin trainer in the world. And I walked away from it in 1970 on Earth Day and spent the last 40 years trying to tear down what I helped build up. Yeah. But it's not like something I planned. It's just, you know, a phone call from somebody. Like today, I got one from in Spain. There's a dolphin trapped in a lagoon. Would I come and help them get the dolphin out of there? And that's how it happens. It's a phone call or a fax or an email or something. And it's not like I plan any of this.
You know, a lot of people almost go under the guise of saying that it's dolphin research. Or I know in Japan, they say they still kill whales, but they say they're checking the bone marrow density, or they're checking to see the percentage of blubber or something like that. But there's a lot of research places around Florida, especially like in Marathon and the Keys. I was just wondering, would you know, are those places legitimate? Are they really doing research? Is there research that can be done that's actually productive?
Well,
with dolphins themselves.
That's exactly why I left the industry. I mean, I could have stayed in that industry. I could have my own dolphin research place or dolphin swim program in the Bahamas today and be making several $1 million a year, but I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. As long as you use the word research or education, you can get away with murder. So when they say they're doing research, it sends up a red flag to me, because I know that research can be contemplating your navel if you want it to be. So, you know, we've been doing research on dolphins since 1938, when this industry first started in Marine Studios, I should say, in St. Augustine. And we should have learned by now that we're talking about a sonic creature in a concrete box, and they don't belong there. Mm-hmm. So this research and education is nonsense. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. It's a form of bad education, actually.
We had actually heard that they're putting up like, what, $3 million to build a...
Yeah, $3.3 million recently. We found an article where they're about to spend 330 million yen in Japan to build a huge marine life. I believe. Let me get the direct quote. Yes. Having recently approved an estimated 330 million yen for the construction of a massive cetacean slaughterhouse in Taiji in an effort to popularize the consumption of dolphins in the country. Have you heard about this recently?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. I go there. In fact, I'll be back there September 1st. And, yeah, that's the mayor and the city commission in Taiji who are doing that. And those are crimes against humanity, because they know, the mayor knows, that the product, but the bottom line is the dolphin meat is a product, and that product is poison. It has higher levels of mercury, sometimes 5,000 times above the safe level. They put this dolphin meat into the school lunch program so they could keep this cultural argument going. And I started testing the meat. Turns out it's poison. And 2 of the city commissioners came out and tested it themselves. And as a result, they took it out of the school system. Why did they take it out of the school system? Because they don't want to poison their own children. Yet they're building this slaughterhouse so they can sell this to their neighbors, knowing it's poison. But I don't think they'll get away with it, because this movie will be soon in Japanese. And if we have to give it away for free on the internet, we will. And that will all come crumbling down.
Well, really quickly, could you inform our audience of a great place to go to sort of help out?
Yeah, go to SaveJapanDolphins.org, and all the information is there. You can contact President Obama. He represents a lot of hope on this issue, by the way. SaveJapanDolphins.org. All the information is there. Take action.
Have you talked to anybody to try to get to talk to Obama personally?
Yeah, that's happening right now.
It is happening right now.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you on that.
Well, thank you.
Thank you from your entertainment ticket. Again, Tom Delia, myself, John Delia, and of course Ric O'Barry, who and go see this movie.